Just give me a minute. I need to turn off the air.
Some
You're going to hear double. Remember, you're going to hear double because Facebook is going to feed back your audio. All right. I go to you. Okay.
face.
that face.
Give me a minute. I need to turn off the air. To turn off the air.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday to everybody. How's everybody doing? We are in the building, indeed. Are people still saying
And then
that?
some.
Are hip hoppers still saying in the building? Is that kind of passe now?
No, I think that was a 90s thing.
Well, whatever. So, hello and happy Friday, and welcome to a new episode of the Social Media Scene. I am Alice Fuller, Principal Consultant at Sheer Social, and my co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my illustrious co-host.
That I shall. Hi, my name is Chatachi Egwu. I am a social, not just a social media, but a media professor. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a media maker. Love all things media and happy to be here today. And I want to say welcome to anybody who may be watching from the our Fire Talk thing that we're doing.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Social Media Scene, the place where social media, television, film, and entertainment all gather in one place. Today we've got a great show. We're going to talk a little bit about Google and some new things that are popping with Google. We're going to talk about Twitter and some new changes that are, Twitter has seemingly Twitter every week has something new popping. If you think about it.
Absolutely.
Then we've got some
Absolutely.
Snapchat news today. And what else? We got some Snapchat, we got some Google, and we got some Instagram news today. So welcome to the social media scene.
Yay.
This would be a good time to have sound effects like applause.
We can make our own sound effects. We don't need any cheesy.
Yeah, this is where this is where off camera. This is where off camera the audience coordinator would be telling people.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to get started now. Usually we start talking about Twitter. Today we're going to change focus. We're going to start our conversation today about Google. Google. I like Google. You like Google?
I do. You know what? As much as they're trying to take over the world, you have to give it to Google.
Yeah, but I like them taking over the world a little bit better than I like Facebook trying it. But nonetheless, you know what? Let's check. Before we start, let me do a video and audio check. Can everybody hear us and see us? That's the first concern. Let's make sure.
So that is a concern, and I'm looking at Facebook now, and it's looking like it keeps getting interrupted. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Interrupted? You mean just is it jerky? What's it doing?
It freezes, and then it says broadcast interrupted, and it looks like we're really way behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a delay, and it keeps going broadcast interrupted, and
there's always seemingly a delay with Facebook Live. It's just 6 to 10 seconds, generally speaking, and
but this is much longer.
It's much longer today.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I can't fix Facebook. I
You
can't.
can't. You can't.
But
There's nothing that
and
you can
then
do.
two, let's see. What could I fix? Is there anything on my end I can fix to make the stream better? Is there anything? Is there anything on my end? I don't think so though. Let's see. Settings. Let's see. Is there anything that I can fix? Let's see.
You know what? Probably not. It is what it is, and to those of you that are using technology, it's just a lesson in technology can and will fail you. You just have to be prepared to roll with the punches in whatever case.
Yeah. So at this point, because we look good on our end and our monitors, we look good, but we have to look good to our audience more importantly.
Absolutely, that's more important than us, to be honest.
Yes, it
Because if
is.
that's the case, then we could just do a private Skype call. If that's the case.
Yes, indeed. So let me, as long as can we be heard? Is sound good? Is sound at
Yeah,
least?
the sound is good, and it looks now like now that it's caught up, it's not as glitchy, but there it does freeze for every once in a while and buffer. But what can we do? But go on.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully they'll work themselves out. That said,
Yes.
let's move on to what I can control, which is the news and how I disseminate it to you today. We're going to go with, like I said, we're going to start today with Google. For those of you that are accustomed, since we're live streaming, for those of you that are accustomed to using Google Hangouts, and specifically Google Hangouts on air, we're not talking about the the Google Hangouts. So, you and your buddies chit chat, ha ha ha, he he, do that. We're talking specifically about Google Hangouts on air. For those of you
Yes.
that have been doing your webinars for free 99 because you didn't want to pay WebEx and Cisco,
I'm sorry. Did you say free 99?
it is free 99 because yeah, free. You don't even pay the 99 cents. It's free, free. So
Free
for those that have
99.
been using Google Hangouts to do your webinars, to do your interviews, to do your trainings, to do even auditions, all that stuff. Well, you will no longer have to worry about going through Google Plus and all that extra. Now, Google is moving Hangouts on air to YouTube Live. YouTube Live. Now, some of you, that might be a little, I don't know, that might take you out of your game a little bit, only because you're accustomed to using Hangouts one way. Going to a website or going to the Google Hangouts link, and you go to the page, you start your Hangout from there. Well, you have up until September 12th to do that. So that said, if you've got some Hangouts on air scheduled already beyond September 12th, what you're going to have to do is go over to your YouTube channel. Because if you're doing Google Hangouts on air, your YouTube channel should already be attached to Google anyway. So that should not be a problem. So
Right.
you should be able just to log into your YouTube channel and go into your video manager, and off to the left hand side there. Yeah, it's the left hand side. They've got where you can do events and live streaming. You can go live without doing putting up a pretty page and preparing everything in advance, and just start your Google Hangout, which is what I did yesterday, in no time flat. And if you want to, you can still schedule your Hangouts on air in advance. So I suspect this is Google. What say you?
Well, it makes sense.
Hmm.
That's what say I.
What say you?
it, it makes sense. First of all, you have all these proprietary products underneath the Google. Well, okay, let's Alphabet. Remember, the parent company is Alphabet. So you have this all these proprietary parts. If there are two things that do the same thing, why not do that? And I think they're trying to make more of a link between, because there are some people I'm sure that don't realize that YouTube is actually Google. So to link it even further by really making it one application, I think makes a whole lot of sense.
Yes. And two, here's the other thing. Knowing that we still have YouTube Live now, which is basically mostly through, desktop, we still don't
Right.
know what YouTube is going to do concerning mobile live streaming. Where's the app, YouTube? Where is the app? Where is your response to
YouTube Connect.
yeah, but where is it? How can we connect to YouTube Connect?
We can't yet.
We
I
can't
was
yet.
really I'm sorry. I'm a little disappointed in them because I was so I sat online and watched the live stream of the Google IO, well, their developers conference, and I fully expected. They announced Allo, they announced Duo. I fully expected to hear something about YouTube Connect. Nothing. So I don't know what's going on with that. If they're trying to do something different, go in a different direction before they release it, I don't know. What can I do, or what can we do?
Nothing but just report what we read and sometimes hear, and most importantly,
Exactly.
what we know. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So for
All
those
you
of
can
you
do.
again, so get ready. YouTube is doing something. All we're saying is YouTube is getting ready to do something. We don't know. Maybe they're just going to knock everybody out of the water with a whole new live streaming arm. Who knows? But as of right now, you have to say so long, bye bye to Google Plus as far as Google Hangouts on air, and get into the mindset of going to your YouTube channel to do your Google Hangouts on air. And for some of you, I applaud that. I applaud it. I applaud it. I applaud it. So that's one less thing you have to worry with. So that's beautiful to me. Now, for the rest of you, maybe not so much. But at least you've been told.
Is.
Now,
It has a better platform. Sorry to interrupt, but I actually like the platform of the way Google Hangout does with it's like you have a broadcast station right there. There's the switcher. So based off of voice recognition, it will switch to whoever's speaking. So it's really good. The only thing is the clarity is not as good. So if they could fix that, and hopefully they will with this merger of the two applications, they'll be all good.
let's hope. Let us hope. Let us hope. And not to mention, too, because you can use Google Hangouts on air if you want, but you can also use the encoder and do something like what we're doing now, where it takes a little bit of extra, extra platforms, third party kind of things. But if you want to do something that's a multi-camera outside of the typical Google Hangouts, you can do that. So once again, putting everything under one umbrella, probably for Google, is the best way to do things. But Google, we're still waiting for the mobile. Now, come on with it. Now, what you waiting on? You waiting on? But
I don't
nonetheless,
know. All I can do is sit here.
yeah. Nonetheless, while we wait, since you mentioned Google Duo, go ahead and talk more about what Google Duo is and why that's a little exciting too.
Okay, absolutely. So, as I said, they announced two different platforms in their the Google Developers Conference, and one was Google Allo, and one was Google Duo. So Duo is basically, they first announced this in May, the Developers Conference, and it's a one-to-one video calling application. So users are going to be able to contact each other using their phone numbers. Now, I know I'm saying this too because in my head I'm like, this sounds very FaceTime. Yeah. That's basically they're trying to go head to head with FaceTime. I'm telling you. So what you do is you enter your phone number and you're going to verify your phone number. Once you do that, you can invite other people to use the video calls by typing in that other person's phone number or selecting from your contact list. wow, this sounds so much like FaceTime. So if somebody hasn't tried Google Duo yet, you can send them a text message and invite them to download the app instead. I'm telling you all, don't send one to me. Okay, don't send one to me. I'm already on my way to download it, so don't send it to me. But you can do that. They also, when you receive a call, the app has a knock knock feature. Okay, so it will allow them to see live videos of the callers before they answer, so you can see if anybody crazy is trying to call you, anybody not quite with the elevator going to the top. You can see that ahead of time, which is pretty cool. That
right
knock
there,
knock feature.
that element right there is worthy of the download. Right, that
Absolutely.
element right there makes it worthy of the download. Because when the bugaboo, because bugaboo's calling, you know.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing, bugaboo can't go to another phone. Bugaboo can't go to another phone and be like, she ain't gonna know, or he ain't gonna know it's me.
Exactly.
I do
exactly. Exactly. I can see you. I see you under the table, right? So this is caller ID to the next level. Okay, this is really caller ID to the next level, which is what I love about it. And so all the calls on Duo though are end to end encrypted. So you don't never say never, but because they're encrypted, it's somewhat secure. And I always say somewhat secure because was it the FSA that was hacked? There have been a bunch of government agencies that have been hacked, and they're supposed to have the most secure encryption in the world. So I never say never. An app like this, whatever, but they do have end-to-end encryption, so your calls are supposed to be somewhat secure. And I say somewhat reservedly. That is not a word, but I'm making it one, reservedly.
Hey,
also,
bling wasn't a word either. Now it is.
It sure was not. And something that I wish we had right now is a response to changing network conditions. If you get on and the call quality is not great, Duo will adjust to the network conditions, and it can also switch between Wi-Fi and cellular automatically without ending the call. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Google also has that capability. So what you're saying, he's seeing here, not Google, but what am I thinking of? There's another app, and it will come to me, that also has that capability. So what you're seeing now is Google compiling the best of a lot of these phone-to-phone, one-to-one call apps that are out there and coming out with their own. And it just makes sense. You're going to see this. Tech industry is copycat. Whether or not you thought it was 100% Play Store and the the App Store.
Okay. It appears you just froze. You just froze, and my quality checker here is saying that I don't know if she's the only one who can see it on Facebook, but she cannot access the video on Facebook. So let's see what the problem, if indeed we are looking at, if indeed we are broadcasting in such a quality that we want to. Let's just do a quality check right quick.
Okay.
Let's just do a quality check right quick, because in that way, let's just
just to let you know, on my end, you've been frozen for the past however many minutes.
That's not good.
So
that's not good. That's not good. But let's see what it looks like. Let's do a quality check on Facebook. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. Okay. It appears we are moving. Okay, and we do have sound. So, all right. So it appears for me on my mobile phone, my little monitor, we're good. We're not frozen. We're still live.
Well, it keeps buffering. I will say that. So it stops and it buffers and then it keeps going. But what that does is it pushes it so far back that we are. Remember when we did the sound effect clapping? That came way after we did it, longer than usual.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Well,
so we're very behind on Facebook Live
we'll just have to do a quality check on the recorded video. See
on the
what's going
playback.
see what's going on.
So
All right. So go
so
back to what
let
you were
me
saying about Duo.
apologize. So yeah, no, that's Duo. It's available in the Google Play Store, and I do believe in IO for iOS as well. But definitely for Android, it is available. Check it out if you're interested in a new one-to-one calling app.
All right. So, I'm a little excited about that. I haven't downloaded Duo yet myself.
Okay. Okay.
But that knock feature is the most exciting thing to me. That's the best. Was it caller ID?
Caller ID on steroids.
Caller
Okay.
ID definitely on steroids. So Hangouts, Duo, and for those of you that are going into your is it Google Play for this is Android people, iPhone people,
Hmm.
you can still listen, but this does not necessarily apply to you because this is not about the Apple Store. This is the Google Play Store. Now, when it comes down to when you are in the store and you're looking at a certain app, what Google has done is now they will tell you how well certain aspects of the app how well they do that task. Say you got a banking app and you want to know, well, how well can I check my account? How well can I make deposits or transfer money between this and that and the other? So certain features of an app, Google is now going to break down for you and basically aggregate reviews and tell you 60% people say this, say they do it well. 70% people say they do this well. Now, of course, it's going to be done in a little graphic, inside Google Play. I think that's nice.
It is. I'm wondering how many people are going to use it, but it is nice to have. I think any level of analytics that you can offer the public, because there are some people who do pay attention to that and do want to know that they're getting the best of XYZ.
I
I just
do.
don't know that the average person is going to look at it, but
I do when I especially if I download an app that is relatively new and one I've never heard before, but I'm kind of curious about. The first thing I do is look for reviews, and this is like, well, five. You got maybe what 200 reviews, and the majority of them are 2 star, 3 star, or something or the other. Nah.
Alice, you are also the host of a show called The Social Media Scene. You're going to do things like that. I think the average person
Really?
may not do that. Yes, really, really, absolutely, absolutely. You know, we're coming from a very particular vantage point of people that are heavy users of social media, heavy users of apps, and not only just users, but want to know the stats and the analytics behind it because we use it for what we do. So we're absolutely going to be interested in those things. I think an average user, while it may be cool, unless they're doing something specific with it, they may not care. But it's good to have. I think it's definitely good to have.
Oh, all right. I was thinking because,
Yes.
well, people are into reviews nowadays because just like when you buy stuff, whether you're on
Yes.
Amazon or you're even on Facebook, you got reviews there. So I'm thinking there's a culture of let me know before I leap into buying something or downloading something on my phone based on what other people say if it's worthy of my time and effort.
Mhm.
Because I wish I had done that recently with a
Yeah.
certain app that I don't want to name, but it has Leap in the name, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Does it start with wiki? I'm kidding.
No, it starts with Live. That's what it starts with.
Oh, wow.
Uh huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Can I
You're
get
well
my
within your right to talk about
can I
that.
get my refund? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Can I get my refund? That's all I want. Okay. I digress. I digress. So,
No problem.
So you being this, is there Snapchat news? Because I look, you're my Snapchat news go to.
Yeah. Yes. So there are a couple of things going on Snapchat. Snapchat, and we've talked about this before, that they are really interested in forming these relationships to get different types of programming. So currently, what's happening with Snapchat is you've got the Discover section, and you've got people like Mashable, BuzzFeed. So traditionally, print publishers, okay, magazine type publishers are on there, okay, and so their whole Discover section. Remember when they changed the whole thing to, instead of the circles, the little bubbles, they changed it to look more like magazine covers. So again, that kind of also sets the mindset. Okay, the Discover section has a lot of publishers that are magazine publishers, but they're trying to steer away from just that, and they're on this mission to get more Hollywood-like content into the Discover section. So you mentioned last week, and we've talked about this before, that they have a multi-year contract or multi-year deal with NBC Universal, and they're going to produce shows tied to their major franchises like The Voice, E! News, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and SNL. So they're also, though, now reaching out to other producers, other channel partners, okay, so that they could get more programming. So instead of having mostly text-centric things, again, Cosmo, People, Daily Mail, they're looking at getting more video. They're looking at getting more Hollywood-type content. So NBC Universal is the first of this. There's going to be more down the line. But what's interesting is it also looks and appears like they're not trying to create new channels, that they're trying to get more content. So they're taking pitches. They're interested in taking pitches for shows, according to a network executive, and not necessarily launching brand new channels. So whether or not this means just pitches from Hollywood or pitches from mainstream media, or if this also means there'll be an opportunity for independent producers to get in there. And I can't see that not being the case. So it's actually pretty exciting. And another thing is, okay, this also means the growth of vertical video, because I don't see them changing their format from vertical to horizontal to fit that. The cool thing about Snapchat is it's vertical video, and all of the publishers have fallen in line. They all are producing vertical content for it. So this means a big thing for people. There's already a small contingent of people who already produce vertical video, so they're going to be all over this. So it will be interesting to see what develops out of this.
Interesting. Very, very
yes,
interesting
ma'am.
Indeed. So Snapchat is now seeking out content creators, TV producers. And the phone rings. One moment.
Wow, do we have a call?
And that's live TV for you people.
Wow. We had a live call on air. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I wish. 9 times out of 10. I wish we had that. I wish they were calling on Duo. But that,
so you can see
that will be very, very interesting, because like we were talking about last week, Snapchat and and Facebook too are really gunning for traditional TV and media to create content for these platforms. So everybody is vying technically for our eyes and for our attention. And the question is, who's going to win? Is at the end of the day, you still get more eyes on traditional TV. It is what it is. But but as things evolve, it's going to be interesting to see how people are either going to, more people going to lean toward looking at things on Facebook Live and all these other platforms, because at this point we're growing more and more accustomed to watching our programming not via traditional TV but online. So this is the evolution of things. So I'm glad we were born in such a time as this.
Oh, what a wonderful time to live. Um, so, but there is another end to this argument that, kind of looking at it humanistically, whether or not people think there is still a divide. There are still people that don't have access to these things because think about it. While a lot of people do have mobile phones, these smartphone plans are exorbitantly expensive. Okay. So they use a lot of data.
Yep.
These apps take up a lot of space. And these phones are not cheap. You're talking about to go and purchase at the minimum $600. Okay. For one of these newfangled smartphones, whether you're talking iPhone or talking an Android device, it's exorbitantly expensive, which leaves some people out of the equation. So while we think it's ubiquitous,
Not so
no,
much.
it's not necessarily. It's not so much. And then so we talk about television television has reached a saturation point to the point where most people have more than one television. Okay, so most people have more than one television. So of course there's going to be more television watching, even though we have the trend now of people cutting the cord, even though we have millennials who get most of their media online or via mobile. It still hasn't reached a saturation point. And I think sometimes we forget that. And when we talk about, oh, this is the way, well, it's not the way for everyone. And so what we need to do is humanistically look at how are we going to bring everyone into this 21st century mindset of mobile being king.
True. Very true. Very true. And we have to stay mindful that not everybody is at the same level. There's still, in many instances, a digital divide. That was such a big
Absolutely.
issue so many years ago, but that was with a computer. And now
Exactly.
and now we've moved from computers seemingly to now it's the smartphone. And I don't think the smartphone will ever totally replace a regular computer. However,
I'm sorry. No.
no, but for me, but you know what? But for many people, and probably in certain countries, a smartphone has replaced a computer. Maybe in some instances, maybe.
Well, you know what, and I think you're right because I do teach a class. I teach several classes online, and I do have some students who are overseas, and I suspect there are a couple of them that are using smartphones to type responses and do things. But guess what? I can tell because it's that damn autocorrect. You're not looking back at, so it's also made us lazier. So, there are just some things that are difficult to do on a smartphone that a laptop or at least a mobile, a larger mobile device enables us to do. So,
Okay, so, but it's all good
moving
though.
on.
It's all good when you look at when you look at the future of things. I think it's brighter than we're talking about it right now.